Have you ever wondered whether anybody is on track to be worth over $1 trillion? So far, only companies have reached the threshold, but the world's first individual trillionaires are said to be alive today. But such high values come with a lot of uncertainty, owing to the fact that countless variables can affect the stock price of a company, which can see it grow or shrink in an instant. So far, only a handful of companies have had a crack at the trillion-dollar title, but market fluctuations have caused them to dip in and out of the club. Apple became the first US company back in 2018 to wear the crown, while Amazon followed suit later that year. Microsoft joined rival Apple later in 2019 when it had its first taste, but it wasn't until 2020 that Google's parent company Alphabet entered the club. These companies have had membership to the trillion-dollar company club frozen and reactivated at various points since first entering. But at the time of writing, all companies remain active members. The hustle and commotion, of course, put Chinese oil and gas giant PetroChina under threat as the only crown bearer. Today, its value is significantly less than the tech companies. While various calculations suggest that previous and historical billionaires would have had the chance to be trillionaires today, accounting for currency conversions, it's difficult to draw a comparison between the world in which we live today and a previous iteration of human history. Today, we discuss the first modern trillionaire, and there are currently just two with a chance of reaching that stage soon. It should come as no surprise that these are Jeff Bezos, best known for his company Amazon, and Tesla CEO Elon Musk. Just this year, the four richest men on the planet, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg, increased their combined net worth by $229 billion in a year where unemployment hit highs in many countries globally. Let's take a look firstly at Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, whose market cap sits today at $1.65 trillion, with stock up by about 73% since the start of 2020. Remember, Bezos no longer owns 100% of his company as a sole trader would. He only keeps hold of 11% today. Regardless, the bulk of his wealth is tied up in Amazon shares, around 50 million to be exact. Bezos, like any good businessman, shares his attention across various streams of income, which are by no means small interests. He focuses mainly on retail through Amazon and Whole Foods. However, the smart home industry is also crucial to his success, with Alexa now a household name. Video streaming, robotics, and publications also share part of his attention, but less so than aerospace company Blue Origin, whose mission it is to make space travel more affordable. These interests have bagged Bezos a net worth of $192 billion, which is less than 20% of what he needs to become a trillionaire. Nevertheless, the pandemic saw online shopping trends rise, bringing incredible success to Amazon. This year alone, his net worth increased by $76.8 billion, more than the entire GDP of the world's 39 poorest countries combined. Remember, that's just this year's increase, not his entire net worth. However, it follows a year where he and ex-wife Mackenzie Scott broke the record for the world's most expensive divorce settlement, costing him a whopping $35 billion. So what would it take for Bezos to reach a personal net worth of $1 trillion? And when, if at all, is it likely to happen? Current calculations suggest that Amazon will have to be worth between $8 and $11 trillion in order for this to happen, which sounds unlikely considering the company's exponential growth stages are over. But let's not forget his other important company, Blue Origin. Interest in space travel will peak within the next decade, causing exponential growth in company share values and a skyrocket, excuse the pun, in his personal net worth. All while world-leading Amazon continues a gradual and steady growth. Comparison, a company that helps small and medium-sized businesses compare products, noted that if Bezos' average increase of 34% in net worth over the past 5 years were to continue for the next 5 years, we could see a trillionaire walking the streets as early as 2026. These suggestions are purely hypothetical and depend on thousands of variables, which could mean Bezos may gain the new status as far away as the 2030s or 2040s, if at all. Many argue that he is the one and only company CEO with a chance of achieving this ambitious goal anytime soon. But shocking trends lately have thrown Tesla CEO Elon Musk into the deep end, shaking up the scene entirely. You thought Jeff Bezos' net worth grew a lot this year? While worth less at $160 billion compared to $192 billion, Musk's value inflated by an eye-watering $133 billion this year alone, from an initial $27 billion. Currently, 500,000 electric vehicles are being pumped out of the company's gigafactories each year. That figure stands for each gigafactory. With 5 reaching peak production very soon, that takes the company up to 2.5 million cars each year, a number which is still significantly less than the 10 million that Toyota produces annually. This is purely down to production limitations. It's already been proven that the demand is there for Tesla's electric cars. 2020 was the year that Musk realized his goal of rolling out electric cars on a mass scale. The car manufacturer, although reaching a mature age, is yet to roll out the promised $25,000 model, which will see consumer interest spike, once again resulting in huge pressure on the company. Although the automaker is nearing the end of its exponential growth stage, with share prices beginning to level off, Elon Musk has a few more tricks up his sleeve to keep the cash rolling in. Full self-driving is next on the cards, a technology that lacks any sort of human involvement in the driving process. As well as its perceived safety benefits, this comes with Musk's announcement of a self-driving robo-taxi network as a way to generate extra income for cars that are not in use. This, along with Tesla's undeniably huge involvement in the battery market, makes room for sufficient growth in company value. Oh, and one more thing. Jeff Bezos isn't the only billionaire to have his fingers in all the pies. Elon Musk likes pies too, and rather more expensive yet lucrative pies. We already know about the cars, but Tesla is also a leading manufacturer of solar technology. Musk's wealth is expected to come in stages, with artificial intelligence or AI implants aiming to cure neurological disorders, followed by mass transit in the form of the Hyperloop concept. Also aiming to make space travel more affordable, aerospace company SpaceX plays a significant role in the fluctuation of his net worth. His experience with space, though, is somewhat further along than that of Bezos and Blue Origin, with the Starlink constellation revolutionizing internet connectivity on a global scale already. And in case you didn't know, SpaceX recently collaborated with NASA on a crewless resupply mission, an unimaginably huge vital step forward for Musk and SpaceX. While limited growth in the space market is likely to hinder any talk of being a trillionaire right now, we're very close to space travel being the next big thing. On the ground, Elon Musk is not only concentrating on rolling out electric cars to the masses, but on rewriting what we know about energy. His game-changing batteries and closed-loop energy circuits will surely isolate thousands from their reliance on the grid, giving them more control of what they use and when. As proven by his enormous leap in net worth this year alone, anything and everything is possible. Fans and followers of the outspoken CEO believe firmly that he has a chance this decade not only to become a trillionaire, but to become the first trillionaire. This is because, rather than focusing on convenience business models like Jeff Bezos, he aims to tackle some of the biggest issues on the planet, which touch the hearts of millions. We're talking global warming, something to which everybody owes some responsibility, as well as neurological and incurable disorders that take so many loved ones away from us.